Good morning. This morning we're going to continue with lesson number 2 from your textbook. Chapter 2 is called The Power of Creativity. And we're going to focus again on the listen and speak part. We are just going to do 2 expressions from your book, and I will give you a lot of examples to show you how these expressions are being used. At the end, there's a very short exercise for you to do, just 5 sentences, which I would like you to then send to my email when you are finished. Let's look at an example of the first expression. This is week number 3, but lesson 2 from your textbook. That expression is one that a different one that we saw last week, but a similar one that we saw last week was, in my opinion, you should do something. This expression is another one that can be used to talk about an event or an action that is in the future, but this one is used to suggest that something could happen if something else is done. For example, maybe studying will help you to get a high grade. If you study, you could get a high grade. Maybe if you study, you could get a high grade. So by studying, you could make something happen in the future. Maybe it will happen because you have studied for the test. Let's look at another example. Maybe if you practice, your piano teacher will be happy. Once again, by practicing, you can make your piano teacher happy. Maybe she will be happy if you practice. This could happen in the future. It depends on if you practice or if you don't practice. She could be happy if you practice. This could happen, maybe, because you have practiced. Okay, let's look at another example. Maybe exercising will help you to lose weight. If you exercise, then you could lose weight. This could happen. Maybe this will happen because you have exercised. Let's look at another example. Maybe online shopping will help you to save a lot of money. Online shopping is often less expensive than to shop in the store. So maybe you will save a lot of money if you shop online. This could happen in the future if you shop online. Maybe this will happen. Let's look at another example. Maybe if you apologize, you will not be punished. In this picture, a boy has broken a window with a baseball. If he apologizes, if he says he is sorry to his mom, maybe he will not be punished. If he apologizes, then she may not be angry and he may not be punished. Maybe he will not be punished. It could happen in the future. Maybe. Let's look at another example. Maybe if you ask for help, you can finish the work faster. In this picture, a man is working on a computer and there are 2 ladies helping him or giving him some help. Perhaps if they help him, he can finish the work faster. Maybe he will finish the work faster. It could happen in the future because they are helping him. So if he asks for help, maybe he can finish the work faster. Let's look at another example. Maybe robots will help improve our lives in the future. In this picture, a man is checking the work of all these robots, and they are doing work maybe that people do not wish to do. So in the future, they could help to improve people's lives. This is something that could happen in the future. Maybe it will happen in the future if robots are used to help people to do work. Maybe this will happen. Maybe our lives can be improved if robots are used to help people do work. Let's look at another example. Maybe social media will become a privacy problem. There are lots of different kinds of social media. Perhaps in the future, social media will be a problem for privacy. This could happen in the future. It could happen. Maybe. If people keep using a lot of social media, it could become a privacy problem. Okay, let's look at another example. This is part 2. We're going to look at one more expression from your book. This expression is similar to, in my opinion, which is the expression that we looked at last time. Now here is another picture of a boy with a baseball and a broken window. Now here's an example of giving advice or telling someone what we think is true or what is correct, what someone should do in a situation. This can be used to give advice or to say what we think is true or correct or what someone should do in a situation. It seems to me that you should pay for breaking the window. The boy broke the window. Someone might say to him, you should pay for breaking the window. It seems to me that you should pay for breaking the window. Okay, let's look at the next one. Again, used to give advice or to say what we think is true or correct. It seems to me that you should say you are sorry for getting angry. Perhaps this boy and girl had a fight, and someone might say to him, it seems to me that you should say you are sorry because you were angry. This is a kind of advice, or what someone thinks the boy should do to improve his situation. Let's look at the next one. It seems to me you should try to get more rest. This boy looks very tired. Someone could say to him, it seems to me that you should try to get more rest because you look very tired. Maybe you should go to bed earlier. It seems to me that you should try to get more rest. This is what someone thinks is true or correct and what the boy should do. This is a kind of advice, again. One more example. These two boys have bad teeth. they are missing a lot of teeth, and they like to eat candy. Someone might say to them, "It seems to me that you should eat less candy. It seems to me that you should eat less candy because you have bad teeth. So you should eat less candy." This is advice or telling the boys what they think is true or correct, what the boys should do. Okay, let's look at one more example. "It seems to me that you are feeling quite sick." Now this is not giving advice, but the mother is telling the daughter what she thinks is true and saying, "You look or you seem to be quite sick. It seems to me that you are feeling quite sick." Here is another one. This is another kind of opinion. It is not giving advice. It is simply saying, "It seems to me that drones will be very useful in the future." This is what someone thinks is true or correct. Let's look at another example. "It seems to me that the coronavirus is dangerous." We know that the coronavirus is a big problem and is dangerous to people's health. Someone is telling us what they think is true or correct about the coronavirus. Let's look at another example. "It seems to me that global warming is a big problem." This is again not giving advice, but simply telling another person what someone thinks is true or is correct. "It seems to me that global warming is a big problem." So this expression can be used to either 1. Give advice, or 2. Tell people what we think is true or correct. And it is similar to one of the expressions that we looked at before, "in my opinion." It is similar because it is telling people what we think is correct, or is a way to give them advice. Okay, that's all the expressions we're going to look at today. Now, a little bit of homework for you to do. Please fill in the blanks. You can choose the subject, and then at the end of the sentence, I want you to complete the expression. What will happen? What could happen if something is done? Or what do you think is true about a topic? Or what kind of advice would you give to someone about a topic? So for example, maybe studying will improve your grade. Or if I go down to number 3, it seems to me that today is going to be a hot day. That's my example. So you could put whatever you want in the space and then complete the sentence with the result, following my example. There are just 5 sentences for you to do. So complete these and then send this completed handout to my email address. Thank you. If you have any questions or any problems, please give me an email or a text message and I will try to help you. Have a good day. Bye for now.